Kobe. Players take shots when you not around. For 2 G's, broke niggas and shoot your chopper down. It's a circus, the game got a lot of clowns. They style worthless, man, that is not the sound. These politicians wanna see my casket in the ground. I'm bucket seat, wood grain, loading the Glock with rounds. A man shouldn't have a need for a gun, but them can't pose a threat to me newborn son. Stop me from seeing my daughter's pawn, not the one. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on.
Yes.
My mind red strip like I hit the lottery. I flip script, I can mix them properly. I've been this slick since a misfit, probably. Fit the description, no matter which prophecy. Problem with me, then you ain't shit, obviously. I don't be all in this matrix, follow me.
Never do what they do. Come on in, family, put your nines up. You already know what time it is. Yes. Make sure you smash that like and heart button. Let's go.
It's not a vibe you can show. It come with a purpose. It's knowledge yourself. You know what I say in my verses. Influence the wave to break generational curses. Cause I'm solid and the same in person. America gave us the virus, but we can't be certain who working. Pulling the strings behind the curtain. Wizard of Oz. Constant revisions. Twisting the law to keep us at odds. A one-way ticket to prison of God. Lacking resources and jobs. How you seated at the foot of a law. Looking for more. Sugar's a dog. Exposing everything is crooked and flawed. It's a natural reaction, us to look at it wrong. Repeat the past like a hook to a song. Gotta keep it 100 like I'm pushing that raw. It's that hunger you feel right before you booking that star. May you find your peace by any means, don't even need a reason at all.
That's what's up, let's go. Gotta fix your sound, Joseph Allen. Everybody else can hear me. Hit that speaker button. Let's go. Smash that like button, that heart button. We're going in this morning. Yes. Yes.
Everyone else take it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. The family said I'm loud and clear. Family said I'm loud and clear. If you can't hear me, make sure you hit that speaker button so you can hear me. Listen, we got 44 people in the building right now. I want y'all to smash that like and heart button. Let's get the algorithm going. Put your nines up. Let me know where you're from. Put your nines up. All right. So I want to shout out my first nine before we go in. We got a lot to talk about today. It is Moon Day. You already know. First and foremost, we got Earth Heals in the building. Shout out to Earth Heals. First one on. 999s, ready to go. Already know what time it is. We got Wit Fitness at number 2. Shout out to Winnie. I see you, Cuzzo. Sonia Sunshine is in the building. Always on point in the top 9. It's number 3. We got African DNA in the building at number 4. And yes, we're going to be talking about that. We also got Burner B in the building at number 5. We got Mark Blake at number 6. Mark Blake's out of Jamaica, I believe. We also got Jay Chill the first. We also got Taekwon Cobbin in the building. Peace to Flint, Michigan. And certainly not least, we got Ascend 444 in the building. You made the cut. Grand rising to everybody in the building. Dua for being on here today. Make sure you smash that like, heart button, and subscribe. Today, before we get it started, I got so much to share with y'all today, but before we go in and we actually do that, let's start off with the getting the energy right. Grab your Tibet singing bowls. Let's get it cracking. Today's a good Resonance Day. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but you ain't got to do much today. Feel the vibe. Feel the vibe. Yes. Yes. So every morning we charge our water. We charge our drinking water and make sure that we ingest water at a frequency of 432 hertz daily. This is our daily routine here in the Lighthouse. Shout out to everybody that's on board with that. And for those of you who are seeking to get on board with that, this is the one-stop shop where we can get you right. Shout out to everybody that ordered their Lighthouse Tibet singing bowls that pre-ordered. Major shout out. If you pre-ordered your Lighthouse singing bowls, I want to give you a major shout out. Why? Because the eagle has landed. I said the eagle has landed. We're not even gonna play around with it, family. The very first Lighthouse Tibet singing bowl is here. It is finally here. And I cannot wait to get this to y'all. Now hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. I know y'all ready. I know y'all ready. You know what I mean? I know y'all ready. Like, gimme. Hold on. I want to make sure we do this right. Okay? We got to do this right because I want y'all to see exactly how we doing this here. All right? This is the official Lighthouse Tibet singing bowl. This is ours, exclusive to the Lighthouse. Y'all know I brought the Lighthouse. Y'all know I brought the Tibet singing bowl game to the industry for the new decade. Y'all know that, right? This was a forgotten art. We brought this thing back, and it has done wonders for our community. It has done wonders for our vibration, for our frequency, and getting us right back and understanding the knowledge behind spiritual healing, behind sound healing, right? Take a look at the craftsmanship on this bowl. It's got our emblem, our logo on the inside. This bowl is specifically prepared for drinking and for preparing your food. Give it up for the Lighthouse Tibet singing bowl. The eagle has landed. Each package is also going to come with a striker, and it's also going to come with your cushion for your bowl as well. So let's give this thing a ring. Let's give this thing a ring so you guys can hear how it sounds. I know y'all waiting, right? Y'all been ready for this, right? Y'all been waiting for this. We're about to hear for the first time on air today, we're going to hear the Lighthouse Tibet singing bowl get played. Y'all ready? Wait, I got to do it again. If you didn't get it, the first 9, I want to shout out the first 9, bro. Shout out the first 9. Hey, we're going to do this again. You ready? And then we're going to play it. Here we go. Just check out the tone. We're not playing no games. We about to heal the whole world. We about to heal the whole world. This is specifically tuned to how I wanted it tuned. This sounds better than the bowl that I got. Now I got to order me a batch and just keep a little batch on the side because this is better than the actual bowl that I got here. So I'm super excited for everybody that ordered theirs. Look at the craftsmanship. Okay, these are in the store. So if you would like to order yours and pre-order for the next batch, you can go ahead and do that. This is the link for the Lighthouse store. Go ahead and save that in your phones. Save that in your phones. And everybody who ordered their Lighthouse Tibet singing bowl, you're going to get something special for me. The first 9, you're going to get something special for me in your package. Just expect that when it comes in. But I'm so happy with the product and what it's going to do for us and for our community. So, major announcement. So expect more promo on that during the week, letting everybody know about the Lighthouse Tibet Singing Bowl and that the Eagle has landed. Dua to everybody for your support. Dua to everybody for your support. I mean, it's only right. Who else, right? Who else but to drop a Tibet Singing Bowl? So let's keep it moving. Today, we're going to be talking about spiritual hoarding. And reason why I want to talk about it, because I don't think that this is something that we talk about a lot. I didn't mean to pull Latifah's picture up there. This is something that I don't think we talk about a lot. And I think that is something that needs to be talked about. We're going to talk about how to get your spirit, right, cleansed, how to let go, right? Like, I think that us as Black people, we suffer from this because we go through a lot of trauma, right? A lot of Black people have gone through trauma, and it trickles over into many different aspects of our lives, unbeknownst to us. We don't realize that it's a very real thing. And sometimes learning to let go is the key. Sometimes taking on new things is the key. But today we're talking about letting go, right? We know what hoarding looks like, right? We know what hoarding looks like. What do you think spiritual hoarding looks like? What do you think spiritual hoarding look like? If this is what hoarding looks like here we're talking about actual physical things, right? Physical things. And I always told you that everything that happens on the physical realm first starts in the spiritual realm, right? So when you see something like this, you know that something spiritually is going on with this person, mentally, right? It's crossed over into the actual physical realm and manifested in the actual and metastasized, right, into real life. So when you're a spiritual hoarder, right, pretty much any and everything that happens to you, you hold on to, right? You can never let it go. And what ends up happening is the only person who pays for this is you, right? Or anyone who chooses to move into your life. But ultimately, the main price that's being paid is being paid by you. Look at this filth. Imagine your spirit looking like this. Your aura looking like this. How does this happen? Well, in most cases, it starts off very small. This doesn't happen overnight. Hoarding is something that happens over time, years' time, right? Hoarding is something that happens over the course of a lifetime for some of us. All the different things that you've learned over time. You retain some, and some you let go. You hold on to that which serves you, you let go that which doesn't serve you, right? Could you imagine from the time you were born, right, up until now, every single piece of clothing you've ever owned, you still have in your closet? Could you imagine what your closet would look like, right? If every single piece of clothing you've ever owned, you still have, from your baby shoes to all, right? All of the pants, right? From, your hats, everything that you've ever owned, all your toys, everything that you've ever owned. You've just never thrown anything away, right? And the reason why we use the example of a baby is because what happens is you outgrow things, right? Right? You outgrow things. And sometimes we hold on to things spiritually and intellectually, the things that we've been doing since the beginning, since we were a kid, right? We talk about childhood trauma all the time. Childhood trauma, right? And sometimes people can hold on to some of those things forever. Not even so much childhood trauma, young adult trauma, right? Adolescent trauma, teenage trauma, young adult. When you first get out into the world, 18, 19 years old trauma, right? What about 20-year-old trauma, 25-year-old trauma? Things that happen later on in life. Erykah Badu once wrote a song called Bag Lady. I remember Bag Lady. Bag Lady, you gonna hurt your bag. Carrying around them bags like that. Same thing. Same thing. Baggage. Baggage. Right? Now, for some of you, it could show up in many different areas. This is not just about like relationships. It's bigger than that. Right? We're talking associates. Maybe jobs. Right? Keep flipping the same kind of jobs and wondering why you're not happy. Right? All different things you can hoard. Ideologies, spiritual concepts, rituals, vices. All these different things you keep around. And it affects everything. That's right. Everything affects everything. Right? So whatever happens to you, you have to learn how to compartmentalize it and put it in its place. Right? You have to take control. Right? It's not just about identifying the problem. You got to take control and put it in its place. Right? Many of us can find the problem, but bringing in the solution, right, is a little bit more challenging. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to let these things go because it can be very hard. Why is it hard? You ever realize when you're holding on to something, the day that you throw it away is usually the day that you need it. Give or take 24 hours. Right? So ultimately what happens is you develop this fear of letting go because once you let it go, right, you start to realize that void. Somehow you place that, whatever that was, in a space where it fulfilled a void so that as soon as you let it go, you can feel that void. It's missing. And that fear factor is ultimately what keeps us going back to that space of hoarding and holding on to things that no longer serve us. We have to learn when we outgrow something to let it go. And I'm going to show you how some of the easiest ways to do that. We're going to talk about that. And we kind of associate that with happiness, right? We associate with the ability of feeling weightless and not having things attached to us as happiness. Right? We also associate the lack of responsibility with happiness, being able to do whatever we want to do, right? So what happens is we get a reverse psychology and we start to believe that the things that we now hold on to is what is the key to our happiness, right? It's psychological to where you think your possessions is what make you happy, right? Versus the lack thereof. Biggie once made a song called Mo Money, Mo Problems. Y'all remember that song? Right? The more things you take on, the more things you have to pay attention to, right? The more things that could potentially happen, right? So what we want to do is we want to develop a mindset of learning how to let go. Certain things that we just outgrown and things that are just not working for us, right? So 10 things to let go of to be happy. First and foremost, let go of toxic people. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. When you're dealing with people, there's so many variables that you have to take this approach very, very firm. When it comes to toxic people, and there's different levels of toxicity, right? Everybody's throwing this word around now. Toxic. Right? Letting go of toxic people is something that has to be done very, very quickly, very, very instinctively and instant, right? Like almost like automatic in order for you to really be effective at it. Because the more you hang around the toxicity, the more you become that which is you're actually fighting. And that's the hard part about letting go of toxic people. The actual art of letting go of toxic people, the action of doing that can sometimes lead you into toxicity. One thing about toxic people that you have to understand is that they're very attractive. In this day and time, toxicity is rewarded. It's rewarded. The breaking down of our spiritual prowess, the breaking down of the things that lead to our happiness as a people are the things that are being rewarded. Everything that you see on television, everything that you hear on the radio, everything that you see in our environment, these things are being rewarded. If you don't understand that dynamic, that how that's being set up for you to fall into that space of toxicity, right? You could easily be caught up. You become desensitized to the things that are actually toxic and they become normal. And you think that that's the way to go. But ultimately, it's actually leading to your destruction. So identifying toxicity is major key in being able to let go of toxic people. If you can't identify the toxicity, you won't be able to let it go because you won't see that it brings you no value. You see, if you're already sick by the time a toxic person, somebody said like mold. Yes, it's just like mold. When you're trying to clear out mold, right? You have to wear protective gear. Right? Like black mold, right? You have to wear protective gear. Why? Because that stuff gets in your lungs. It becomes a part of you. You don't even have nothing to do with it, but just the fact that you're interfering with it and actually trying to clear it out, you can literally become it. You can become toxic trying to clear out toxicity. Do you understand? So you must handle that with care. And I would say do that instantly. The quicker you can do that, the better. Don't waste time with toxicity because it metastasizes and it grows. It's just like mold. That's the best example that I've heard, Shannon. It's like mold. Okay. Next. Let go of the need to be right. Wow. Let go of the need to be right. Another banger. Why is it hard to let go of the need to be right? Well, in this day and age, once again, we live in an era where everybody has a voice. Everyone's allowed to speak. And, there's also a reward for being right, right? So people see the reward. People can see the reward sometimes more, right, than the actual purpose and vision of what it is that they're doing. They're looking at the reward, right? And they see the benefit in being right. They see the benefit in being correct. And they lose sight of the actual goal, right? Sometimes when you're going back and forth in a debate or an argument, right? Sometimes it's better to not be right. Sometimes you got to let whoever you're debating with go on about their way, right? In their wrongness. You don't always have to impose you being correct to someone in any shape, form, or fashion. Pick up your scrolls and walk. If they don't want to listen to what it is that you're saying in terms of advice, right? Or something that's going to help support them in some shape, form, shape, form, or fashion or help them, pick up your scrolls and walk. You don't always have to be right. You can agree to disagree. Sometimes the point is not proving that you're right. Sometimes the point is just trying to figure out the truth. It doesn't matter who gets the credit. Doesn't matter. Right? As long as you get it done. As long as you get it done. You see? So, major key on that one. Major key. Let go of the need to be right. Number 3, let go of the need to impress others. Let go of the need to impress others. This goes back to when we were talking about tending to your garden. Right? Tending to your own garden. You want to be good. You don't want to just look good. You want to be good. I think us as black people, because, many of us, always had to look at the guys and see what was going on in society and see that, we were always below the threshold of what was the standard, right? To an extent, when we look at impressing others, it's our major motivation, really, is trying to fit the standard. We went through a whole civil rights movement, and that civil rights movement was based on us trying to fit in, trying to be like the oppressor, right? So we have this thing in us to where we want to look good for everybody else instead of actually being good. You see what I'm saying? It's the crabs in the bucket mentality. We want to impress everybody around us, and anybody that's looking better than us, we got to try to bring them down, right? That's what the whole cancel culture is about. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna watch you until you say something that I don't like, right? We're gonna watch you until you say something I don't like, and then we're gonna tear your black ass down. That's what we do. You see what I'm saying? But it's all the overall guys, the umbrella is trying to impress everybody. You see what I'm saying? When you try to impress everybody, you can't be quiet. You can't be quiet. You just go off. You always got to be out in the open, right? You always got to be that guy or that girl, right? The loudest in the room, trying to impress everybody, right? That's something that we got to let go. We have to let go of. You have to be content in who you are, right? You got to be able to walk in any room and still be yourself. Like I walk in any room as myself, like Jay-Z said. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, and that's no matter what space I'm in. Like I just did a movie, right? Everybody knows I just did a film, right? In that film, I'm playing me though, right? I'm me. I'm not acting. I'm playing me. See what I'm saying? That's a whole different level. I have no need to try and be like somebody else. See what I'm saying? Exactly. Be humble in who you are. Understand who you are. Right? And not even so much being humble, it's really just being confident. With confidence comes humbleness. Like, let me tell you something. When you know you could do something, you don't got to tell everybody you can do it. As a matter of fact, you actually depend on people sleeping on you. It's an art to this. It's an art to this. I love playing dumb. I love playing dumb. You know what I'm saying? I can play dumb for years. Major key. I can play dumb for a long time. See what I'm saying? I love doing that. Because when you're sleeping, right, that's when you really get to flex. Because they're not expecting it. That's the sleeper. That's what, people who are content, they get quiet. They get quiet because it's like, oh, they have no idea what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? You quiet. When the murderer come in and you know you got a gun tuck, right? Are you gonna be like, yo, I got my gun, don't act up? Nah. You gotta let them sleep. You gotta let them sleep. Let them think they got you, right? And then before you know it, click, click. You see what I'm saying? That's how you do it. So when you know that you got it, right? When you get to a level, you know you put the work in and you're good, there's a sense of stillness that comes to you. There's a sense of, I'm going to be okay, a focus, right? Where you don't jump out the window. There's no need for you to try to impress anybody, right? Because you already know you're good. You understand? Major, major key. Next, let go of limiting beliefs, right? See how this stuff's like segues into the next, right? It segues into the next. Let go of limiting beliefs, meaning what? That we're talking about self-esteem, right? How you feel about yourself. How you feel about yourself. When you know that you got it, you don't set limitations for yourself. You don't set boundaries for yourself. You see what I'm saying? You set goals. There's a difference. There's a difference between somebody who's doing what they want to do and doing what they're allowed to do. There's the difference between somebody doing what they can do versus somebody doing what they can do about it. Right? And that's ultimately going to come down to you recognizing your self-worth, right? Knowing what you can do, right? Let's keep it going. Let go of gossip and complaining. Woo, child. Woo, child. Let go of gossip and complaining. This is hard. This is hard. So the reason why it's hard is because you got to first take care of step one to be effective in this area. Step one. Y'all remember what step one was? Let go of toxic people in your life. The reason why it's hard is not because you have a problem with gossiping, right? It's because the people that you have around you aren't tired of gossiping. You can't gossip to yourself. I never seen a man or a woman gossip to themselves, right? You can't tell yourself the goddamn secrets. You can't tell yourself the tea. Letting go of gossip, you got to get around you got to let go of the people around you that you get around that gossip, right? Because that's how you fall into the temptation of always wanting to talk about somebody else and what somebody else is doing versus what you need to do. You see what I'm saying? You just think about the things that you post, right? The conversations that you have. Is it about you and what you need to do in self-empowerment? Or is it about somebody else and what you don't like about what they're doing and how maybe you would do it differently, huh? Yeah, you might not have liked the way this person had done it, but guess what? They did it. You were talking about it. They did it. Now, whether they did it well or not doesn't matter. They got a lesson out of it. Either that or an accomplishment. You got absolutely nothing talking about them. You got absolutely nothing. Right? Think about it. I'm gonna tell you something, family. Honestly, when I get online, when I get on Facebook, I get on any one of my platforms, at the space that I'm in right now, I think about it. I say to myself before I post, I say, Jamaar, is this about you or is this about somebody else? First thing I say, is this about you or is it about somebody else? And I really do some self-evaluation. I say, Jamaar, is this to empower, right? Is this to build or is this to destroy, right? Now, sometimes I purposefully want to jump in that bag, right? Right? But understand you got to learn how to play the game. Learn how to play the game. You can't spend all your time over in somebody else's garden seeing what's going on over there. Unless you're employed to do that job, right? I highly advise that you get into the mode of self-inflicted wounds bleed out. That's the mantra. That's the mantra. Stop tending to everybody else's garden. Tend to your altar. Tend to your altar. Mind your business. Newsflash. You can mind your business and you'll be totally fine. Nobody will bother you if you mind your business. And you might make a lot of money doing that too by minding your business. Because your money is where the business is. All right, next. Letting go of regretting past mistakes. It's crazy how this all just segues. We just start talking about learning lessons, right? That person that's way ahead of you, that's doing their thing, they went out there and they did what they had to do, and they learned their lessons from their mistakes. They didn't hold on to it, right? A lot of times when people see, like if they see Jamaar Milton talk about the past, they think that we're like dwelling in the past. No, we're learning lessons from the past, right? But we let them go, right? We let go of the mistakes that were made. If this was a lesson, right, you're supposed to take something from it. If you don't take anything from it, then you didn't let it go, right? You got to take something from it. Let it go. Okay, so we did this. We tried this. Boom, that worked. That didn't work. Boom, boom, boom. We live and learn, right? And we keep it moving. Don't hold on to it for a whole decade of your life, right? When any one of your favorite athletes first did what they were doing, when Michael Jordan first shot a basketball, I guarantee you he probably missed the first shot. He probably missed the first shot. As a matter of fact, Michael will talk about how many times he's missed shots. I'm sure Kobe, LeBron, all of them probably missed their first shots. Even Steph Curry probably missed their first shot. Now, they could have dwelled on that their whole life. They could have said, you know what? I can't play basketball. And they could have walked away. I suck at basketball. Literally, that's what could have happened. And history would have been different. Everything would be different, right? Because they had that fortitude, they had something in their mind that said, you know what? I missed it this time, but I'm not going to miss it next time. I'm going to try again, right? That switch that's in their head allowed them to be the greatest players of all time. If you don't have that switch to where you're going to miss shots and it's going to be okay, you're going to have a problem. If you don't have that switch to where you're going to make mistakes and it's going to be okay, you're going to have a problem. Repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition. Nobody's just born nice. Like you gotta keep doing it over and over and over. Some more so than others, but I don't care who you are. You try something for the first time, you're not gonna be masterful at it. It just doesn't happen that way. Understand that you're no different from anyone else. And these people are not special. They're not special, right? You sit down and you talk with these people and you realize, oh, they're just like me. And then when you realize that, then you be like, well, damn, then what's wrong with me? How come I'm not tapped into the same frequency that they're on? How come they're able to do it and be successful and I'm not? Why? Is because you don't see your self-worth, right? You're looking at everybody else as opposed to actually working on your skill set. Keep doing what it is that you're doing. Stay focused, right? People like, I've been doing this music thing for a minute. How come I'm not? I see you doing these great things. How come it's not? Well, maybe because you studying somebody else to study your own craft. See what I'm saying? Practice, right? When you see Jamaar Milton, 9 times out of 10, when you see me, I'm sitting in front of this right here. These 2 speakers right here. I'm sitting right in front of my little studio desk, 9 times out of 10. Why? I'm giving myself every excuse to go in and practice what it is that I do. I got my instruments all around me, everything that I need right here in this space. I ain't got to go far. Right? To work on my craft. You see what I'm saying? For some of us, we got every excuse not to work. We got a problem for every solution. Sometimes it's not rocket science. Sometimes it's not magic. It's just hard work. I'll be the first to tell you the stuff that I do, it ain't magic. It ain't magic. It's hard work, right? And some of that hard work is delving into the sciences, making sure my energy is right as I move out here in the world, right? I pay a lot of focus on energy work. A lot of my focus is on that because if you don't feel good, you don't do good, right? We talked about that. So if you don't have your spirit and your energy up, if you're not moving into a frequency of love, you're going to have a problem, right? So that's what we focus on because ultimately that's what's going to lead to everything else. Moving on. Let go of feeling sorry for yourself. Let go of feeling sorry for yourself. Why? Nobody cares. You don't care. I mean, you know, we talk about how black people are so resilient and we tough and we like, you really black and you feeling sorry for yourself right now? You got to pick a lane. Like, I'm sorry, you got to pick a lane. Either you a king, you a queen, and you dominant, and you the original species, you the original man, and you the original woman, and you what? You super powerful, you a superhero. Either you doing all of that, right? Or you regular degular out here. I don't know what to tell you. But you can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't have both. You cannot have both. Too many black people feel sorry for themselves. Oh, you know, I can't get by because the white man did this, and the civil rights, and the laws, and the police. You just walk out. You walk outside in a state of like servitude and slavery in your mind, where you feel like you can't win. How you supposed to win if that's your mentality? If all you think about, you don't say, oh, why the men don't want me? Talk about it. Pick me. What is that? What is it? You know, people might look at you and they say, when you flip this, fam, let me tell you something. When you flip this, they're gonna try to trick you. You be humble. Why you feel so? You always act like you better than everybody. No, that's not it. That is not it. It's not like we acting like we better. Right? In order for you to be better, you got to see better for yourself. It don't happen without a vision, family. It don't happen. You got to see it first. That's when I get excited. I get real excited when I can visually in my mind see where something about to go, where I'm about to go with this. That just puts me in a state of nothing is going to stop me until I get there. I don't want to lose that focus. Anytime I get there, I get real antsy. I get real agitated when I'm seeing about to go, right? And anybody who's not on that level, we're not going to be cool. We're not going to be cool around that time. If you can't see what I can see, I'm cutting you off. Ask anybody who knows me. Ask anybody who knows me. When I'm getting ready to hit my destination, right? You better be either helping me and be on board or stay clear from me, because it can mean the end of our relationship. I guarantee you that. Nobody's going to stop me. Nobody. Sometimes I'll save people from themselves and just distance myself and get quiet. They just won't hear from me for a while. You won't hear from me for a while because I know where I'm about to go. And I know that your energy doesn't complement where I'm about to go. So I can't bring you around. I don't want to be around you. Because the moment you begin to conflict with what's going on, right, we're going to have issues. And I'm not trying to just end a friendship for that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can level up. You see what I'm saying? That's where we at. We either growing or we dying. We got to move. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all learned something today, smash that like heart button right now. And subscribe. Smash that like heart button right now if you're learning something today. If this is of use to you. I want you to share this in your groups right now. Share this with some friends. Next. Let go of negative self-talk. Right? If you notice, a lot of this deals with self-esteem and how you feel about you. Right? Letting go, this is something that deals with you. right? Because when you don't have a sense of self-worth, you just feel like everything outside of you is what is going to fill those voids and bring that happiness, right? And it comes in many different ways. It's very sneaky and it disguises itself. It disguises itself in the vices and the things that you do. But if you don't have that self-awareness to look back at the things that you're doing, and figure out why you're doing it, you lose sight of what's actually happening to you. You end up in this spiral, in this Pandora's box, and you don't realize that you're in it until after you come out of it, and you be like, dang, I was feeling like this even back then for this long. Like, man, you don't realize how long you've been in it, how long you actually been sick, spiritually sick. You just been hoarding. This is a sickness, family. When your spirit looks like this, where you just hold on to and you just have grudges and you hold on to mad stuff, it's filthy in there. To clean it out, sometimes you got to damn near start over and burn the whole house down, burn on the whole temple. You see how people end up crashing and burning, and they say, yo, this person just went crazy? Do you know what type of things fester in your spirit when it looks like this? What type of things develop? Never mind if you have like infestations going on. Some of y'all got cockroaches in your spirit. See what I'm saying? You got cockroaches in your spirit. You got rats in your spirit. You got infestation in your spirit. You got to let it go. Right? Let go of the need to please everyone. Right? Now, there's a difference between letting go of the need to impress everyone and letting go of the need to please everyone. This is where the tricks come into play. When you're worried about being critiqued, when you're worried about and this is for the people that, bless your heart. This is for the people who have big hearts. This is for the people who have big hearts. These things that we're talking about, family, this doesn't make you a bad person. And I want y'all to understand that. In most cases, a lot of times it's the opposite. It's the people who have the biggest hearts who end up getting hurt the most. It's the people who really want to see people do well and love on people, right, that get done dirty. And this particular one of trying to please everyone, this comes from a spirit of servitude, right? This comes from a spirit of love sometimes. You're trying to please someone, right? You're looking for that approval, that sense of validation from somebody, right? That's right. Everybody wants to be loved. Nobody wants to be here, just be alone and not loved. So a lot of times we do things in the expectation of getting love from someone, right? And understand, in order for someone to give you love, they have to first love themselves. They have to have love in their hearts to be able to even give to you, right? You can't teach somebody love. You can't teach somebody that. See? So when you're not getting back what it is that you're investing, you have to be able to recognize that. You have to have that awareness. But sometimes we can't. We look past that because we have so much love. Right? When you have so much love for somebody, but that person doesn't have the love for you, you'll spend your life trying to please somebody. Right? And let me tell you something. When somebody comes out of that, when they finally snap out of that of trying to please somebody, there ain't no turning back in most cases. When you're done trying to please somebody, you talk about self-confidence. You ain't seen a man or a woman act brand new than somebody who is trying to please somebody and they just keep smacking their hand away, saying it ain't good enough. And then finally they say, I am enough. I am enough. When you get to that point when you say, in my space right now, I'm enough, and I could care less what you think, oh, you a dangerous person. That's when you start seeing goals accomplished. You start, all of a sudden, team single pop up. We're going to travel the world. We're going to start a business. We're going to go and we're going to get that certification. All of a sudden, Once you figure out that self-worth and you remember who you are and you done pleasing somebody, all of a sudden, all the different goals and stuff. What? Yeah, when you get to that point where you start saying, I am, man, I'm telling you that it go through the roof. It go through the roof. It go through the roof so crazy it make other people mad. Like, you know, sister so-and-so, brother so-and-so acting brand new out here. I don't know what's going on. Acting brand new. Brand new. That's what happens when you stop trying to please people. You see what I'm saying? And lastly, let go of worrying about the future. Let go of worrying about the future. I'm going to tell you this, just to extrapolate on that, right? Pay attention to the future, but don't worry. Pay attention, right? Have the foresight of knowing what's going on, but worry should never, ever, ever be in your vocabulary. It should never be in your spirit, right? The emotion of worry is based on fear. The reason why people worry is because they literally create a situation that doesn't even exist yet. Doesn't even exist yet. Dua Satara for the 99 cent, I guess it is. The feeling of worry is literally, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. That's what worry is. It's literally, I am afraid of what could happen. Of what could happen. Not what happened. It's, I'm afraid of what could happen. That is what worrying about the future is. Right? You can't do anything about what is happening, right? It's happening. It's going to happen. You can't do anything about it. Worrying about it is not the way to go, right? Now, what you can do is plan. You can plan. It doesn't mean that that's necessarily going to happen. It's going to go how you planned it, because the future, nobody knows yet, right? History, we know exactly what happened. Right now, we can literally change what's happening right now. See what I'm saying? I can stop this feed right now if I wanted to. 10 minutes from now, can't really do anything about that right now. See what I'm saying? So you don't want to put yourself in a space where you're worrying about the future, but you can plan. You can adjust to put yourself in a position to where something could possibly happen and go in your favor, right? But it's not guaranteed in any shape, form, or fashion. So worrying about it, right? The good or the bad, major key. The good or the bad. Neither one is guaranteed. You can put all your eggs in that positive basket if you want to. Good luck with that. You see the way the world's going. You can put all your eggs in that negative basket if you want to. Good luck with that. Because we've seen people do different things. Just understand the limitations that you have as a person, but then also understand your values. Understand your value, right? What you contribute to society, who you are to your friends, your family, and the people that are around you. That's what's important. Be careful of who you're hanging with. Learn how to let go of toxic relationships. These toxic relationships, like I said, it's not just mates. It's friends. It's more so friends than it is mates. Everybody don't got a specific. Toxic relationships, the things that really hold you back is friendships. More 9 times out of 10. It'd be friendships. Those are the things that mold your, the people that you magnetically connect with, right? That you share ideas with, that you build with, right? The people that you're in business with, that you form ties with. right? All this stuff matters. Everybody that you have surrounding you. All this stuff matters. And sometimes you got to let go. Letting go doesn't mean not talking to this person ever again. Let's be clear. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Sometimes it's certain conversations that you have with this person you can no longer have. You can no longer have. Right? You awakened. And now this person who you know is devoutly religious. Anytime you guys get together now and you're talking or you start building on knowledge and stuff like that, it gets you in a space where, you know, it gets you down, right? It gets you out of your element, stuff like that. You might not even, you can't have this conversation with this person. This person is not qualified to have a conversation. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. There are other people you can, there's 7.4 billion people in the world. How do you ever find yourself sitting here and arguing with this person over and over the same stuff? How? There's too many people in the world. You literally pick that argument. When you think about it, when there's 7.4 billion people in the world and you find yourself arguing with somebody, you literally pick that. There's no way you can convince me of any other thing. You pick that argument because there's so many other people that you could talk to in the world who are more than willing to sit down and listen to what it is that you're saying and build on what it is that you're saying. Not only just intellectually, but might even physically build something with you. Why would you waste time on trying to convince somebody? Why would you waste time on trying to impress somebody or trying to please someone when there's somebody right next door ready and willing to talk to you and actually love what it is that you're talking about, and they're ready to invest in what it is that you're trying to do? They're ready to walk with you on this journey. Come on, somebody. You are the creator. Everything that happens to you, you're picking it. You're picking it. Might not be your fault, but you picked it. Might not be your fault, but you picked it. So many of us get into a space where years upon years of doing this, we end up, forming these different soul ties. And, it gets even worse when you start getting into relationships and you're really, really engaging, you're really tapped into somebody, right? You got to be careful of that. So then what ends up happening is, especially when it's time to let go, you have to realize that sometimes you may have to burn some bridges. You may have to burn some bridges. Good bridges, bad bridges. You may have to burn some, though. You may have to burn some. And that's a tough pill to swallow. Because people have a way of making you pay when you burn bridges. People can be vindictive, right? You have that fear factor in the back. Well, if I burn this bridge, what does that look like in the future with this person, right? You may be worried about that. And the only reason why you're worried about that is because you don't have a sense of self-worth. When you're self-made spiritually, you have a self-worth, and it doesn't matter how many bridges you burn because you can swim. When you can swim. See, if you're gonna burn a bridge, make sure it's one that you don't need. Right? Make sure it's one that you don't need. But ultimately, if you're gonna burn it, make sure you can swim. That's all. I ain't gonna tell you which bridges to burn and which bridges to build. But letting go is a necessity. You cannot hold on to things that happen in your past, grudges, all that kind of stuff. As soon as you see the goal line of you being able to get past that threshold, right? And sometimes you might not even see the end game. Sometimes you might not see it. You just know that this isn't it, right? Sometimes you don't have to see an outlet, right? If you see an outlet, run. But if you don't see an outlet, right? Sometimes you still gotta go. Sometimes you still gotta let it go, right? And just count on the universe, the cycle of the universe, and what you've put out there, to balance things out, right? Isfet don't last always.
Confusion and chaos don't last always. See what I'm saying? So you just got to have that faith, that confidence that you're going to be okay. Think of some of the words. Think of a situation where you felt this way before, right? A bad time in your life where you feel like you need to make a decision, right? And then ultimately, look where you are. Look where you are now. You made it out of it, right? Right. The cycle of life is going to make sure that you get propelled forward, right? But make sure you're taking those steps to where you can really galvanize that, and take advantage of that. But it ain't going to happen if you don't make space for it. If your spirit is looking like this and you got all the stuff you holding on to, bro, you ain't got no room for no new furniture. What are you talking about? Right? There's no space for love to move in here. Right? There's no place for respect to move in here. Look at your spirit. You're a hoarder. You've been holding on to the same stuff since you were a baby. Right? And now it's matured. It's disgusting. We have to clean out our spirits. We have to take this science into consideration and consider it of value. Because this is you, right? This house is you. This temple is you. Right? What are the steps that you're doing to make sure that you maintain this? Do you clean your own home more than you clean your spirit? Do you clean your desk at work more than you clean your spirit? Are you more concerned with physical things, right, than the esoteric? There's something to think about. That's self-evaluation. You got to sit back and think about it. Because I don't know. I don't know what it is for you, right? But I do know that many people suffer from this. It's evident because it begins to reflect in their everyday life, right? So if this was of any value to you, I want you to like, share, comment, share it in as many groups as you can right now. Make sure you smash that like heart button. I got another announcement for you, family. So y'all know we opened up the Lighthouse store, right? But we also have now a new product that I want to introduce to you guys. It's a new version of the Lighthouse bracelet, but you can actually infuse oil in it. I'm wearing it today. It's a chakra bracelet. And it comes with the 7 different crystals to target your chakras. And I talked about smells and how smells can trigger certain things within the brain and certain DNA. So I wanted to incorporate something to where, we can utilize our smells, our sense of smells in our ritualistic practices. So not only do we have the Lighthouse bracelets, the vibrating ones, but we also have the ones that deal with the scent, right? So you can put, whatever oils that you use, you infuse it, you put it in here on the bracelet, and then the bracelet leaks the oil out during the day. So all day long, this lasts longer than just putting oil like on yourself like this, right? So I know some of you put on your oils and stuff like that, but these bracelets, you actually infuse it with the oil and you put the oil on the bracelet, and during the day, it begins to release the scent and release the oil during the day. I'm going to have these on the website by tomorrow. Actually, probably by tonight, later on tonight. I'll have these on the website if you guys want to order. These are going to go for like $60, $65, I believe it was. If you want to order these, the regular Lighthouse bracelets are for $50, but the infused oil ones are going to be around $65, I believe. So if you want to get those, head over to the Lighthouse website. Once again, I'll put the site up there again. Head over to the Lighthouse store, and I'll put the link in the feed as well. So we got a lot going on. That Lighthouse store is popping right now. It's really starting to build. We're putting merch up there every single day. And I appreciate everybody that's ordering. If you want to order your bowls, go to the site as well. If you want to order your Tibet singing bowls, we got that for you. You want to pre-order the next go around the next run. What else? What else we got going on? Oh, I want to shout out. Let me go back. Because if you were here last Friday, we had homework. Does anybody know what the homework was? What was the homework? One person knows. already. I'm going to shout that person out. I want to see if anybody else is going to pick it up. But we did have homework. What was that homework? I'll help you out. So the homework was to figure out the colors of the day for today. Do you remember? And as soon as I came on, one of my first 9 was already on it. So I want to give a major shout out to African DNA. At 8:46, African DNA was on saying, is it blue today? So African DNA, what I want you to do, I want you to text me your Addy. I have a gift for you for remembering the color of the day, right? Shout out to Sonia Sunshine. She confirmed it. Yes, today is Pata Blue. Big Pata energy today on this morning. Big Pata energy, big creator energy. This morning. Yes, the color of the day is blue and white. All right. So every day, we're going to get you guys, abreast of that, and we're going to try and stay on board with that. I'm not one who wears many colors, so I'm starting to get into this thing. It wasn't until I was like 40 something that I looked in my closet and I was like, yo, everything in my closet is red. What is going on? And then, when I got into comedic spirituality, I was like, oh, okay, so we wear all different colors, So we're gonna be delving into this practice a lot ritualistically, and I'm gonna need you guys' help because I'm not that guy, you know what I'm saying, in terms of color. But we about to turn that up. The color of the day today is red. Yeah, red is the root chakra. You know what I'm saying? That was my favorite color. You know what I'm saying? I stayed grounded, but somebody said black and gray. Yeah, But in any case, shout out to everybody in feed. I appreciate y'all for being on here this morning on this moon day. We got a lot of things going on. Lighthouse is growing, man. It's beautiful. Hey, we got a trip coming up, y'all. Definitely want to put this out there. We got Auroras Borealis coming up. If y'all want to go to Iceland with us and see the northern lights, see what that's looking like, and tap into that electromagnetic frequency of the universe. We're really about to get our chakras back in alignment the real way, the long way. You know what I'm saying? This is real science. We're not playing no games here. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all really want to travel with us at a very, very cheap rate, y'all know Lighthouse, we travel all the time, and we travel very cheaply, but we also travel in luxury, and we travel in style. So you want to be a part of this situation, hit me up in my inbox, and I'll definitely get you on the next Zoom call that we're having. Maybe we'll have one tomorrow. Definitely sometime this week we'll do another one and get you guys the information for Iceland. It's based on double occupancy, so definitely if you want to partner up, you can come on in and find somebody to partner up with if it's you flying solo. So with that being said, listen, I love y'all. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna let this rock out. I'm gonna play some music for y'all, and y'all can chop it up, and we'll see y'all again here tomorrow. Love.
Players take shots when you not around. For 2 G's, broke niggas and shoot your chopper down. It's a circus, the game got a lot of clowns. They style worthless, man, that is not the sound. These politicians wanna see my casket in the ground. I'm bucket seat, wood grain, loading the Glock with rounds. A man shouldn't have a need for a gun, but them can't pose a threat to me newborn son. Stop me from seeing my daughter's pawn, not the one. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. My mind red stripped like I hit the lottery. I flip script, I can mix them properly. I've been this slick since a misfit, probably. Fit the description, no matter which prophecy. Problem with me, then you ain't shit, obviously. I don't be all in this matrix, follow me. Never do what they do, what they do, what they do. yourself, it come with a purpose. It's knowledge itself, you know what I say in my verses. Influence the wave to break generational curses. Cause I'm silent and the same in person. America gave us the virus, but we can't be certain who work it. Pulling the strings behind the curtain. Wizard of Oz, constant revisions, twisting the law to keep us at odds. A one-way ticket to prison of God. Lacking resources and jobs. How you seated at the foot of a law. Looking for more, sugar's a dog. Exposing everything is crooked and flawed. It's a natural reaction, us to look at it wrong. Repeat the past like a hook to a song. Gotta keep it 100 like I'm pushing that raw. It's that hunger you feel right before you book in that stall. May you find your peace by any means, don't even need a reason at all. Never everyone else take it. Everyone else take it. Everyone else take it.